Well, we're back with part 2 of Take 2, and Bob Courtney is our guest tonight. Welcome to Take 2, Bob. I understand you have a serious story for us tonight.
That's right, John, and it has to do with high school. You know, 20 years ago, the biggest problem in high school was either hot rods, haircuts, or acne. But today, it's a lot more serious. And tonight, we take a look for an answer to the question of how high is high school? Today's high school student is much more sophisticated than, say, the student of 20 to 30 years ago. Over the years, courses have changed to meet the demands of a rapidly changing society. Today's student is exposed to such things as drama and the arts, and highly technical courses in science and mathematics. High school life today moves at a very rapid pace, and more students are given much more control over their own destiny. They have more decisions to make and more choices to make. Unfortunately, however, with all the new freedoms and responsibility also comes new anxieties and pressures, and some students find it difficult. Students attending some 19 public and private high schools here in East Baton Rouge Parish. They range in age from 14 to 18. For many of the young adults, this is the pinnacle of their educational lives. Some will take jobs upon leaving here. Others will go on to college. For these students, high school becomes the formative years, when decisions about careers and the future are made. The East Baton Rouge Parish school system can offer you a pile of statistics on these young people. How many are black, how many are white, what their grade averages are, their social preferences and performance levels. What is not available, however, is just how many of them have had experience with drugs, in particular marijuana. But although there are no firm statistics, many officials and some students themselves feel that pot is a problem on the high school campuses of East Baton Rouge Parish.
You know, you have people in school that do it, and they skip classes, cut class, you know, the whole day. But if they want to do it, they just keep it to themselves.
Well, it's all right if they want to let people want to do it, let them do it. You know, it don't matter to me.
Well, man made beer and God made marijuana, so you know, I mean, it was put here for some kind of purpose.
Some students and officials as well estimate that as many as 60% of the high school students in East Baton Rouge Parish smoke or have at least tried marijuana. A more conservative figure of 30% was advanced by a student poll at one high school last year. While there are no firm statistics on just how many students actually do use pot, just about everyone will tell you marijuana is prevalent in high school life. Some, in fact, openly smoke during lunch breaks in remote parts of school campuses throughout the parish. Principals and teachers will tell you it. It does take place, and suspension records will reflect that students are sent home from time to time for doing just that. What can't be agreed on, however, is whether marijuana per se is a real problem or not.
I think it's the people. It's not the marijuana itself. It's nothing until you use it, and if you use it, you're using it for a reason. And
Bob Zarko is in charge of the Alcohol and Drug Abuse Council of Greater Baton Rouge. He's seen a lot of drug and alcohol cases, and surprisingly, he doesn't think marijuana is a real problem.
It's so easy to get, and so much has been said and written about it that it makes people want to try it. So this goes to the legalization of it with me. If you legalize it, you can control it. Then you can talk about it. You can get it out in the open so that you can find out, do some education with it.
Baton Rouge attorney Mike Wolf is the Louisiana spokesman for NORML.
Most people, when the surveys are asked people why they don't smoke marijuana, if they don't, very few ever say because it's illegal. They say because I'm concerned about my health or because I'm not interested. So the reason those who choose not to smoke marijuana choose so is not because of the law.
And he, too, does not think that marijuana is a problem in high schools.
I think the criminal treatment causes far more damage to the individual than the use of marijuana. This is what the president has repeatedly said. The young offender will be handcuffed, taken down to jail, fingerprinted, mugshot, booked into the record book. He will have a criminal record for the rest of his life for arrest. He'll be forced to spend a night or two in jail until his family can raise bond and hire a lawyer. Quite likely in the metropolitan areas of Louisiana, he would not be given a jail sentence after conviction. Frequently, he would be offered an opportunity to go through a lecture program, a diversion program, such as our district attorney has in Baton Rouge. But always he would be left with the very humiliating and scarring experience of having gone through a criminal apprehension, arrest, and the first stages of prosecution.
Young people, though, are being given two ideas, two concepts. There are a group of adults, a group of studies over here saying that marijuana is fine, there's nothing wrong with it. There's another group who says that it's harmful and can cause problems. Young people, therefore, are torn between two philosophies. Which one will they believe? So as a result, they experiment with it, see if it will harm. And before they know it, they're using it more frequently, more regularly than they want to.
Most administrators agree that marijuana use on campus isn't the real problem. It's the actual trafficking of the drug on high school campuses. It's not uncommon for drug deals to go down in parking lots like this one at every school in the parish. And one student told us candidly that it would take him only 5 minutes to get a marijuana joint, 30 minutes to get a lid, right here on campus. Dan Wingate is principal of Bel Air High School. He's one of many high school administrators that has to deal with the marijuana problem. And his thoughts on the subject are not uncommon.
Well, I think, Bob, we just like anybody else, we got a problem here. I think the big problem is not so much the use on the campus as it is the traffic on and off of the campus.
Mm-hmm. You think you got a lot of traffic in drugs here?
Yeah, well, I think we got as much as anybody else. I don't think we got an overbearing amount. I think we got more traffic of marijuana than we have other drugs.
How do you deal with something like that? What can you do?
The only thing you can do really is educate the kids. You know, tell them the harmful effects of marijuana, what you feel about it, and use any information or outside people you can to talk to them about it.
The problem is, though, there's so much disagreement, even nationally, between doctors about what it is or what it isn't. Do you think they're listening to you when you talk about it?
Well, I think the same ones that listen when you have the facts. I mean, there's